What up, everybody? We are finally back. Regulation J is coming in, which allows you to use mythical Pokemon for the first time in history, as far as I'm aware. But, I've been absent for a little bit. Regulation G is just very fucking boring. And, this regulation, I have practiced a little bit, which, by the way, there's going to be a bit of an intro to this video again, so skip to wherever it says on screen if you're just here for the battles. But I have practiced a little bit, like on Showdown and such, and by the way, it took a lot to make this video happen, because if you've been following for a little bit, you know I've had problems transferring stuff to my Switch 2. I had to buy Pokemon Violet to trade things over, and I've been slowly working on getting through that game. I think I'm maybe halfway through at this point, but I have traded a lot over from Scarlet. I have also transferred up a lot of mons through Pokemon Bank, like through Pokemon Ultra Sun from the older games, just all of that bullshit. And at first didn't work. Shout out to Carol from Nintendo customer support for helping me, because without her I would have probably given up on this. But she worked her magic behind the scenes and made shit happen so that this became possible. But anyway, usually this team right here runs Iron Moth instead of Ogerpon-Flame, but I don't have a booster energy. I forgot to trade one over from Scarlet and I didn't feel like booting it back up yet. So we're going to be running Ogerpon-Flame here. However, Regulation J requires you to play a little differently, so some of these sets are different, which means that, bear with me on this, Pokepace might not be in the description for a little bit until I get everything sorted out how I want it to be. So if enough people want it, I'll put up a rental code, but like I said, just bear with me on that. But the team today, we have Arceus-Water with Judgment, Ice Beam, Dragon Tail, and Recover. We're bold on it, so we are a bit more physically defensive to catch people off guard, because Arceus, usually people like to run offensive Arceus or Cosmic Power normal Arceus, which is very annoying, which is the reason we have Ting-Lu. In the past, you know that I don't really like the Ruin legendaries, but Ting-Lu is honestly a must-have in this regulation, because Arceus, with its Cosmic Powers, with its Swords Dances, with its Will-O-Wisp, just all the bullshit that it can do, you really want to have Whirlwind and Taunt and Vessel of Ruin as the ability, and even Ruination to just do a clean half. You really want that against Arceus in this regulation, so Ting-Lu is kind of a must. Other than that, we have Primarina here, which it is the same set that I have run before. However, my old Primarina had some EVs in speed. This one, I've invested those speed EVs into special defense to help deal with the Pokemon we're going to be facing in Regulation J here, but the moveset and the ability is the same. We do have Dirty Berry, the Ursaluna, same set as always, just obviously a good mon to slap onto any team, really. Ogerpon-Flame, same old thing again. We got Ivy, Cudgel, Hornleech, Play Rough, and Swords Dance. Hopefully if we set up a Swords Dance, we'll be able to do some damage. I should probably put Quick Attack on it, but like I said, it's not a permanent team member on this team. Usually I would be running Iron Moth. But last, but certainly not least, we have Jirachi, Terra Stellar, Zen Headbutt, Iron Head, Body Slam, U-Turn, Jolly, Choice Scarf. I have to run Jolly and Choice Scarf in order to outspeed the likes of Koraidon and Miraidon and Arceus. So we're really just relying on flinches with Zen Headbutt and Iron Head, and we're Terra Stellar because I'm insane. That's all there is to it. You probably don't want to run Jirachi in this regulation, but I love Jirachi, gotta try to make them work, so that's what we're going with. But that's the team. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Let's go ahead and get into some goddamn battles. Okay, here we are working with a team that doesn't exactly have many legendaries. We do see Raikou, we got Alomomola, which can be annoying. Low Kick's definitely not a mon that you want to kind of push aside. It can definitely do some damage. Hisui and Typhlosion, we love seeing that, we really do. But this is going to be an interesting match for us. I say we just lead with Jirachi against these teams. Obviously, I do have to resort to casual battles to get people playing Regulation J sets, but if we encounter a team like this, I'm going to try not to use Arceus, so we're just going to try to do some Jirachi shenanigans to make it a little more fair. Let's go ahead and bring Primarina, and then I'm thinking, I mean, Ogerpon might be fun here to set up a Swords Dance, but I think I want to go ahead with Ursaluna. I'm not going to use Arceus against this guy. That just seems way too unfair. Now watch me lose. Watch me get swept by this guy. Because I didn't bring Arceus. And look at that, I got a picture. He has a cute Rowlet picture. But I did not like not having a picture in the last video. But he's going to lead with low kicks here. Alright. We're going to get first impression, but we should live. We really should live first impression. So, what I'm gonna do, if this ever communicates... God, it feels so weird to be back, and it feels so weird to have mythicals to be used. But let's just go for some Iron Heads here, see if we can get some hits in. I really hope we live a first impression. He's gonna Terra, which is interesting. Turn 1 Terra low kicks. Okay, what are you gonna be? We are going to see Terra Bug. Okay, I don't know if we live a Terra Bug first impression. Really shoulda thought this through a little more. Oh, we do! We do, and he's Life Orb, and we still tank that? Yeah, fuck you, bud. Okay, Iron Head. I want to play this safe. Really do want to play this safe. Let's go into Primarina here. See what he wants to go for. I don't exactly remember what low kicks does besides go for first impression. So, Sucker Punch, okay. Yep. Glad I switched. Let's just go for some Hyper Voices here. I think that's probably the safest bet. Like I said, I'm still getting back on the horse here. Still, you know, getting back into battles, relearning what everything does. This guy does want to save his low kicks for my Jirachi, which is understandable, so we just have to not, you know, let Jirachi be the only one alive at the end of that. So Hyper Voice gonna do a clean half. Let me pop Terra Poison. Yeah, just pop Terra Poison and go for another Hyper Voice. We don't have to worry about him Terraing, so that's good. Primarina going Terra is fine enough. I don't think I'm gonna need Terra Normal on Ursaluna, and Terra Stellar on Jirachi is just a fucking meme. So, let's go for this. Discharge. Alright, we'll tank that very nicely. Don't para me, please. Thank you. We are still AV, which is very nice. Citrus Berry, you were in Aqua Jet range, though. Even though Aqua Jet never fucking kills, but you are still in range. Okay. We're just clicking Hyper Voice again. This guy would be smart to just stay in here. Unless he's carrying a Mon that I forgot about in the back. Also, I got a lot more Mons than just these traded over. I think I have like a whole box and then a couple more of Mythicals and Pokemon I want to use. If you've been waiting for the offensive Gliscor video, let me tell you, it might be coming. It's probably not going to work well at this regulation, but it's coming. I got the Gliscor. I don't like being paralyzed. Can I not be paralyzed here? This always happens. At least we live a few more of these. Okay, thank you. Honestly, we might have lost if I took any more damage than that on Primarina. But it's fine. See what he sends in now. Probably just gonna be the low kicks again, if I had to guess. Yeah, it is going to be the low kicks. Okay, let's just go... We're smart to just stay in and go for Hyper Voice. We'll live this first impression, I think. No, we don't, actually. Too many discharges. Too much discharge damage. But that's fine. That's fine. I've been thinking about changing my Ursaluna moveset up a little bit. Maybe run Terra Ghost. I feel like that might actually be smarter. Everything is still in development, we'll say. Everything is still in development here. But I'm gonna go for Hyper Voice, and I don't know if I like running Life Orb on Ursaluna anymore. I think AV might be better, but I like running Ursaluna and Primarina, and I'm not swapping AV off of Primarina. So, I'll figure it out. But we're probably gonna swap to Terra Ghost on Ursaluna. Throat Chop. Oh, god damn it, he's smart. He's smart. What the fuck? No. Okay. We're just going for Blood Moon. Hopefully he thinks that we're like specs, which might honestly be the play, but I don't like running more than one choice item on a team just because we're limited to 3v3s. But we gotta go for Blood Moon here. Throat Chop, that's fine. Really wish that I would have just gone for Blood Moon to begin with, because I thought about it. You saw me hovering over it for a second, but that's alright. We do take care of him anyway. Doesn't Low Kicks get Low Kick? Is he just not running it? Or am I stupid? I might just be stupid. Anyway, we're going to be smart here and Vacuum Wave whatever comes in. He is going to have his Gallade, which I'm going to say is probably going to be sashed. So Vacuum Wave either way is going to be very good, although he could also have it. Okay, he does not though. So we're going to take this time to Vacuum Wave him and just kind of die from Life Orb damage. That's the best play possible. Hopefully he doesn't set up. Hopefully we do not see a Swords Dance here. Okay, Sacred Sword. It's fine, that's fine. Now, what we can do, it looks like we're in a bad spot. It looks like we're in a bad spot, but I'm going to say that he does not have any priority moves. So what we can do, we got to go for Iron Heads. Let's see. Let's see. Alright, Jirachi, can we get a flinch? No, we just kill. We get a crit. That works out well. That works out well. Last hit scenario. Maybe I do need to start bringing Arceus to these battles. But there we go. First game back is a win. Let's go ahead and get into another one. Alright, this time, a lot of annoying mons here. We got Como, Dragonite, Miraidon, Treads, Archaludon, and Garg. I'm not too scared of Garg if I'm being honest. We have a lot of counters to Garg. This looks like a job for Ting-Lu though. Even though they don't have Arceus, this really looks like a job for Ting-Lu. We don't have anything really though to set up with Ting-Lu. I'm not running rocks or anything, but that's fine. We could probably just lead Jirachi and U-turn out on whatever we need to. We probably bring Ursaluna for the likes of Archaludon and even Miraidon. So I could lead with that, but if they lead Dragonite, it's bad. So, well, how do we take care of Dragonite anyway? Let's lead Arceus. Let's fucking lead Arceus. Why not? And, okay. It's between Jirachi and Ting-Lu. I really do like Speed Jirachi on here to go for hacks. You know what? Fuck it. I'm having fun. I'm having fun. I just want to use Jirachi. Count me as retired from tryharding in this. Mostly because my rank got reset because I had to start a new save file. But like, just count me as a retired old man having fun here. Because that's essentially what I am. So let's go into Arceus. The Arceus-Water, which looks bad. Because now this guy is probably gonna just go for an Electro Drift on us. But what he doesn't know is that we are Terra Fairy. And that's exactly what we are about to transition into. So let's go for that, and then let's go for an Ice Beam on this guy. Hopefully he doesn't Terra. Hopefully he doesn't think he needs to Terra. Okay, I would assume that Miraidon outspeeds me. So let's just assume that he doesn't Terra, and that this Ice Beam just takes care of him. Okay, he does go for Electro Drift, all according to plan. We are more physically defensive, so that kind of sucks. I do have another Arceus. I have an Arceus Ghost. Okay, Freeze. That's insane. Hopefully he doesn't break out this next turn. Let me just go for another Ice Beam, I think. I don't have E-Speed on him. That sucks. Dude, if he pops out turn 1, Frozen is the worst fucking status condition in Pokemon. Okay, he just withdraws. That works. But I feel like people break out of Freeze on turn 1 all the fucking time. Okay, here's Garg. Let's go ahead for that. Decent damage. Let's see, what is this? Leftovers? Okay. So you're not a red card or anything, which is good. Let me go for a recover. Get some health back. I don't know exactly what you can do to me. Let's see, Heavy Slam. Arceus is pretty heavy, man. I don't know if that's your best option. Heavy Slam isn't gonna be your best friend there. But let's go for some judgments. See how much that does. Probably doesn't kill, because I'm not super... Oh, it does kill! Wow, I just assume it doesn't because I'm fully invested in speed and defense, which is typically something you don't really see. Typically something you don't really encounter. Full defense and full speed. Except on very few sets. But here's Treads. We know he hasn't Terra'd yet, which is scary. Let's go ahead... Well, he's very obviously going to go for a Steel move. Very obviously going for a Steel move. Do we need Arceus for Miraidon? I think the answer is no. I'm just going to go for Judgment. Okay. Does this kill? Yes, it does. Perfect. Amazing. Thank you, Arceus. And Miraidon is still going to be frozen upon switching in. We just have to hope that he doesn't break out, and then this will be a clean Arceus-Water sweep, which will be insane. Okay. He's still frozen. Very nice, very nice. Now, we just gotta go for another Ice Beam. Come on, stay frozen. No, now he Terras. Okay, Terra Fairy? I'm gonna assume you're Terra Fairy. You are a Miraidon. Terra Dragon? Terra Dragon Miraidon? Okay. That looks so silly. Him being frozen while the Terra animation goes off. That's really silly. Okay, Ice Beam here. Does not kill. We just go for another one. Hopefully he stays... He's still frozen. 3 turns of freeze. Have I ever gotten so lucky in my life? That's kind of insane. That's kind of insane. Well, we just got a full Arceus sweep. I didn't even need to switch. I didn't even need to do anything. Which, that goes to show you how this regulation's gonna go when I start using lesser mythicals and lesser legendaries. You're gonna see just the amount of pain that can be had in this regulation. But I do want to do one more. Let's go ahead and get into another one. Alright, this time, interesting. They got a Ting-Lu, a Moongus, they got Ursaluna and Primarina as well. Alright. They got Galvantula and they got Zekrom. So Zekrom's interesting. I think, though, that this is a pretty good team to bring maybe Ting-Lu to. Although we're more physically defensive than specially defensive. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna assume it's a Galvantula lead, which means I don't want to go Arceus. I also don't really want to go Ursaluna, though. You know what? Ursaluna's probably fine. It's gonna be Compound Eyes Galvantula, most likely, so I don't have to worry about Static with Jirachi, but I don't know what I can do to kill Jirachi. Actually, I don't want to get Sticky Webbed. I don't want to get Sticky Webbed and have that be, or like ruin my Choice Scarf. So we'll do that. We're definitely bringing Ursaluna. And then we will bring Arceus. It's just too good. You gotta bring your Arceus to these. And I feel bad for people playing casual battles that are still like practicing Regulation G. Because obviously there's going to be people that want to play Regulation J coming out here. But this is very similar to the Regulation H practice video that I had. Of course this guy leads with Galvantula, by the way. But that just means that we go for Zen Headbutts here. And hopefully we don't miss. Okay, we hit. Can we get a flinch? Get a flinch? Can we get a flinch? Yes, we can. Perfect. Jirachi. I love Jirachi so much. One of my favorite mons ever. I'm so glad that it's at least somewhat viable in competitive play. Okay. So obviously we have to switch out now. Ting-Lu is in effect. However, well, I don't want to get Ruination. Though we kind of don't have a choice. We kind of really don't have a choice. So, well, actually, he could set up rocks. He could also just go for a Whirlwind, or any other kind of move. Ting-Lu is kind of pretty versatile for what it is. At least we're not fighting Wo-Chien. I think people have the idea that Ting-Lu is the way to go. So that Ruination actually doesn't matter too much because we have Recover. I'm just gonna go for Judgment. Hopefully he doesn't Terra. Judgment's pretty good against most of his mons. If he sends out a Moongus, I'm gonna freak out because that's a terrible fucking comp to go up against. That's super fucking boring. But okay, Judgment, this isn't gonna kill. This is not going to kill. But that does a lot of damage. Citrus Berry kind of fucks us up a little bit. Kind of fucks us over just a little bit. Stealth Rock, that's absolutely fine, honestly. Like, that's not a big deal whatsoever. We just click Judgment again. Can we get a crit, Arceus? Can you give me a crit? That would be sick. That would be so fucking cool. I actually thought that he almost did for a second. We live this Earthquake, by the way, by any means. We're clicking Recover now. We're clicking Recover for sure now. I don't think he switches, but we're in a very safe space to recover right now. Okay, back into the green. Earthquake. We still stay in the green. Perfect. Judgment, you're dead. Yep. Obviously, he's not going to switch at that amount of health. There's no reason to whatsoever. That's really good, because now we probably don't have to worry about Zen Headbutt on Jirachi not hitting anything. So his last one is going to be Zekrom. I think we outspeed, unless he's Scarf. I would be wise to Terra Fairy here. So let's go for an Ice Beam, for sure. But as I was saying, this is very similar to the Regulation H prep video I did where I went on casual battles and, you know, just fought people on there. I think people back then were still running Legendary sometimes, but also sometimes we're running Regulation H teams, which seems to be what's happening now with Regulation J. We are going to do a couple of these, I think, because we're still a month away from Ranked coming out for Regulation J, which we'll still do, but I want to get a few practice videos in, so you'll likely see another one or two of these. Of course he's going to go for that. That's a pretty specially defensive Brick Break. Huh? Brick Break? Okay. What the fuck? Why? Why do you even have Brick Break? I'm confused. I'm also confused on why he switched. Because Galvantula is a fast mon, I think. And like... Brick Break? I don't know, man. We're in a good spot here, though. I should probably recover, but I like playing a little risky here. Let's see how much this Judgment does. Yeah, it's not gonna kill, but let's see how much his Volt Strike does. It probably kills from this amount of health, let's be honest. It's a fucking Zekrom. Yeah. I could have recovered and lived, but we wouldn't have lived a second one. So, obviously I'm not gonna get greedy there. Can I just say how nostalgic using Arceus is as someone that grew up with, like, Gen 4? Because it's kind of fucking insane just seeing Arceus and all of its different Gen 4. The color palettes for Arceus's forms are very Gen 4. Just how vibrant they are and the types of colors they are. I don't know how to explain it, but it's very Gen 4. So that's in Headbutt. Can we get a flinch? Yeah. Yes, dude. Yes. Yes, Jirachi. Let's fucking go. Alright. So that was good. I had fun today. I really did. We didn't run into many Regulation J viable teams, but I didn't use Arceus. Right. Well, I did use Arceus, but I don't think that I abused Arceus. I just wanted to use it against legendaries and whatnot. But that's going to be it for today. Jirachi also put in a lot of work, which I don't know if that's going to happen once Ranked drops, so I'm going to have fun with that while I can. But thank you all for watching. Thank you for being patient in between uploads with me right now. But yeah, drop a like if you want, subscribe if you want, do all of that stuff. And I don't know how to end videos, so